Hello, everyone, and welcome to Coming Inside Out. I'm John Duerler.
I'm Brian James.
And we want to welcome you guys to our podcast. This is exciting. This is our what? What number is this?
This is number 5.
Number 5. This is number 5. So I'm glad you're joining us. And just to let you guys know, we are men that were married to women, and we came out. We have children, and we are sharing our story with you of how we are navigating this every day, of coming out, being out. But also just, regular stuff, dealing with children and raising great young kids. And so there's less assholes in the world, right?
Yes. Being more well-rounded, more accepting.
So, Brian, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Just for our listeners who haven't tuned into our previous podcast, I was married with my wife for 30 years. We started dating when we were 20 years old. We separated when we were, I was almost 50 years old. So just around 50 years old. I have 2 teenagers. I have an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old. So, and I came out as gay after my divorce in July of 2020 during the pandemic.
Wow. Pandemic did a lot of stuff.
Yes, it did.
I think that's what it is. I'm not gay. It was the pandemic. It was a disease. And that made me gay. That's what it is.
COVID made you gay.
COVID, the Chinese.
Yes. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
All right.
That's COVID.
And for our listeners, tell us a little bit about
my story. Okay, so my story is, yes, I was, raised in Texas, and, was I questioned it much, but I had a bunch of girlfriends. Girlfriends loved women, married. And then there was a part of me that just started bubbling up. And I am not proud of this, but I did cheat on my wife with men. And so that's kind of my little story.
All right. You have 2 boys.
I have 2 beautiful boys, and we are a modern family. Their mother, she's one of my best friends, and she's a business owner with me in a business, and we are raising some great young men.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. And we're both in Southern California.
We're in Southern California. So guys, if you're out there and you're like, what am I going to do? This is good. I tell you, man, I thought it was going to be the worst, but it actually turned out a lot better coming out and relieved. So guess what month is next month?
Yes, I know. It's Pride.
Pride, that's
Pride.
Right. June.
Yes.
Pride is going on all over the world.
I know. Well, it's Pride is celebrated in different states at different times of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So in Southern California, our Pride is June.
Yeah, it's June. Well, Long Beach had theirs in May.
Yeah.
Long Beach tries. Long Beach gets the jump on us.
All right.
Long Beach, which I've been there years ago for their Pride. I love Long Beach. Long Beach, I tell you, if you ever come to Southern California, Long Beach is a great city within its own. I mean, they're really forward-thinking city, and
they have a great dog park too.
Well, they have a great dog park. Good gay living over there. Yeah. Good gay living. If you need some gay living, come to Long Beach, California, where the gays are welcome. So, guys, welcome for joining us. What are we talking about today?
Well, so Pride is right around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the Pride Parade on Sunday, June 2nd.
Ooh.
I'm going to be down there with some other gay dads from our group. We've been invited to a party down there. Somebody that lives in the neighborhood. So we're going to go to this party, and then we're going to go down to the Pride. I've not been to the Pride Parade before, so this will be a brand new experience for me.
I went to Pride as a straight man.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Years ago. I mean, I want to say...
You did all this gay stuff. You did circle jerks in high school. Mm-hmm. You weren't gay. Yeah. You went to Puerto Vallarta when you weren't gay. You went to Pride when you weren't gay.
It's true. It's true. I was an apartment manager in Hollywood, and we had some great tenants in there. And this one guy, he was making all these feathers up, and again, I had a girlfriend at the time, but they're like, John, do you want to go to Pride with us? I'm like, hell yeah, why not? And we all dressed alike. It was really funny and cute, and I totally got hit on, but
of course,
I did not, act out or anything.
John, what are you, 6'5"? You're a big bear. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you're listening to us. John's a big bear.
I'm 6'4". About 200 I've lost some weight though. I was 315, but now I'm down to 289. So, trying to get fit. You got to get fit. Because the gay guys. My God, y'all are like Davids. They're like,
well, I don't know.
Not all.
A big bear seems to be pretty popular.
Well, in the gay community. It is very popular in the gay community. Definitely is.
Yes.
But my story about Pride in WeHo 20 years ago. So we're all there, we're drinking, we're getting messed up. And the parade is going. They have a parade. And who is on the convertible? None other than Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh,
remember Anna Nicole? So I'm like, Anna! I was so drunk, I ran into the parade and I dove into their convertible. And then I fell on her lap and I turned over and said, "Hey, lady." And she just started laughing and hugging me. And it was just so cool. She was, poor thing. She was, had a tough life. But that's my first Pride I ever went to was,
All right. I went to Pride in Palm Springs. I think it was 2021, but really Pride wasn't happening during the pandemic. So there wasn't really anything going on. And then I did go down there last year also, but this is my first LA Pride. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I may join you guys.
Oh, nice.
If I'm not working on Sunday.
All right.
Because I'm a preacher.
Yeah.
In the Baptist church.
Yes.
Preach.
Yes. No. And your chapel is your open house, whatever your listing is.
Yes. Wherever my listing
is.
We're both real estate agents, by the way. You're joining us. And again, if you know anyone that is buying or investing or selling in the Los Angeles area, call Brian and me. We'll help you guys out.
You can email us, cominginsideout@gmail.com. So, John.
Yeah.
You shared previously that when you first started hooking up with other men, I believe you were going on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Walk us through that a little bit. When was this? When did you start deciding or thinking, I want to hook up with another guy? I want to see what this looks like, feels like?
It was some years ago, and Craigslist was the way to hook up. But there's also the AOL chat rooms had some stuff too.
Okay.
Back in the day. I mean, that was a long time ago.
Craigslist got rid of its whatever that hookup app was, or
they did
portion of it.
But then, where do they go to now? Craigslist still does it, but it's on some other.
It is. So when I came out, I had heard about Craigslist, so I went on Craigslist, typed it up, and that component of the program was gone, and it was called Double List.
Oh, really?
It took you to a site called Double List. So that was the very first place that I searched for other men. And you had all the little abbreviations for everything that I had to learn.
Right.
Married white man, MWM, M4M, whatever, all that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And now we have all the apps.
Now you got all the apps. I mean, it's instant. But it's interesting, too, because I talk with straight girls that are on the apps.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and look, this is empowerment for women. They were always looked as the whore or the sluts, because they're not expressing their sexuality. Women were always put at home. And, I think that has changed, and women are owning themselves now. And, they're hooking up too.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they're hooking up too. So, yeah, more power to them. But the younger generation, and I love that, because this is all about coming out and being who you are and being fluid. The younger generation, they're so fluid. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, bi, whatever. It's whatever they feel at the time. And so I think that's that's refreshing, especially because, being a gay man older, it's just nice to see that the other generations coming up are having it easier and easier.
Yes. That it's not just the gay population that's trying to hook up.
Yeah. And speaking of gay and Pride Month, there's also another thing that's happening right now.
Oh, what is it?
LA Fleet Week.
Oh,
that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Fleet Week. The Navy boys are in town. Navy men and women are in town.
Where is this at?
This is in San Pedro, and I took the boys down there to tour the Carl Vinson, the aircraft carrier. The Carl Vinson aircraft carrier is one of the it's the largest carrier in the world. It has 4 acres of deck.
Oh, wow.
It's 4 acres. And so it's, it's interesting. It was so great because I wanted them to see this ship. It's amazing. One of my best friends, he served on that back in 86 to 89. And it's just incredible. It has the flight deck, but underneath the flight deck, it has these huge open bays where they keep all of the jets. They can hold 60 jets and then a bunch of helicopters, and it's just incredible. And they have these huge elevators on the outside of the ships that you can probably put 2 or 3 jets on it, and then it brings it to the top. But what was fascinating to see, besides all the sailors, well, there's a lot of female sailors, and we saw the new F-35. It's the jet, that took the place of the F-18. F-16 is what Top Gun used, F-16 or F-18. But now the F-35 is a single engine, which I thought was crazy. But I met the 2 pilots. It's a one-man pilot, but it's a one-seater. You don't have 2 people in there. But I met 2 pilots who were outside of it. One's a female, one's a male. They're both hot.
Oh, they were both.
They were so hot. I mean, both of them were just hot. But I'm just so proud because I am a Navy veteran. I'm a Navy veteran. There you go. I served in the Navy. Believe me, and I didn't act out. It was crazy because I was still,
Well, you
straight.
couldn't, could you?
Oh, God.
When you were in the Navy, there were men that were recognizably gay?
No, not then. Back in the 80s, that was 87 to 91. So, I mean, there were some dudes there that when I would go on a ship, because I was a jet mechanic. I worked on the aircrafts that are frigates and destroyers, those type of ships. They had jet engines that ran the ship. And it was in a big module. It was, very, very cool. But anyway, you could, guys would cruise each other in the ship. So I think
so there were
hooking up going on. All right. Yeah. So anyway, I love that Pride, Fleet Week is right before Pride. And it was just great to see all of the sailors. And, I tell you what this did. Going to that ship, talking to those sailors, talking to everyone there, it really, I'm so proud to live in this country. I am proud that we have a military to protect us. I mean, we're badass. We're badass. So I know that, Clinton, don't ask, don't tell. That was in the 90s. But I know there's a lot of them that are out now and they can freely serve and not be scared.
Yes.
Or kicked out. So it's cool.
Times have changed. Definitely. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'll be down there for Pride. They have a bunch of events going on.
So what kind of events are going on at Pride? This is WeHo. Right?
Yes. This is WeHo Pride. I'll be able to tell you next week more about it, only because I've never been. I know we're going to go down there. We're going to watch the parade. We're going to walk around. There's going to be a bunch of vendors down there.
Yeah. Are they having the concerts down there too? The music?
They are. Dodgers game. Dodgers are going to have Pride Night coming up. Yeah. I think end of June.
Are they going to be passing out the bats that night?
No, you get a jersey.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I have a jersey from last year.
Wait, is it like the flag jersey? Is it?
It has I forget what the number was. Oh, maybe the number is 69. I don't know. White jersey. It's a white Dodger jersey. The numbers on the back, and then the numbers are in rainbow. So they do that every year. I think last year was white. This year the t-shirts are gonna be black.
Look, black?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, interesting. It's not gonna be navy or blue.
Dodger blue.
Dodger blue.
No.
So are you gonna go to the game? Are you gonna go?
I want to go. I haven't bought my ticket yet.
When is it again?
I think it's June 28th. I'll have to look that up, but I don't know.
I'm going to Texas.
I'll be for sure. You know, I'm trying to do more gay things. Remember we had talked in a prior episode, what are gay things? Yeah. Because I didn't do gay shit when I was...
Well, you know what? I mean, it's true. Gay stuff, you know, but what is gay shit now? I think everything is... You know, the gay community, you got football players, basketball players.
Yeah.
You know, it's changing. You know, it's like the phrase that people, oh, don't be gay, or that's too gay.
Yeah.
What do they mean? Effeminate? Or don't be a pussy? You know, that's what, if you break it down, I think a pussy is a compliment because that's a tough thing. I came out of a pussy. We all came out of a pussy, and that thing. Oh my God. Let me tell you, that thing the pussy had to form and stretch and allow someone to go out, but it also allows people to come in. I think pussy has gotten a bad rap of it being weak. Because
maybe in the gay community it has.
Well, I don't know. No, I mean, I think in the straight community too, because look, I mean, that was the other thing. Talk to that woman pilot. You're going to call her a pussy when she's like flying an F-35? That's a compliment. So it's interesting how you look at the word pussy, because traditionally it's always been weak. Or don't, you know, you're you know, so
you're feminine.
Yeah, you're feminine. Yes. Well, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, you know, for me, femininity, when I was married, I always envisioned a gay man being a feminine man.
Of course, yeah.
And not until after I came out as gay and I started going to some of these gay bars and I walk in, I'm like, wait a second, this guy's gay? In my mind, if I saw him on the street, I would not have associated him being gay.
I get that a lot. Well, I get that a lot. People think you're gay?
Yeah.
Because I drive a truck.
Yeah. With shit kickers.
And I have boots. Sure. But listen, I mean, it's interesting because I hope people across America are listening to this, because, you know, when I'm on Grindr, if I'm looking and if I'm in Texas, I see these cowboys. These cowboys are on Grindr. They're gay and they're proud of themselves. They're not hiding. And that's the thing. You have gay people in every type of walks of life.
Yes.
You know?
In our mind, there's such a stereotype of what a person looks like and acts like.
Well, like drag queens and stuff. And let me tell you, drag queens are tough walking in those heels.
Yeah, and I don't even know that all drag queens are gay. I think some of them are just performers. They're just performers.
We should get a couple drag queens on the podcast.
Sure, yeah.
Because think about coming out as gay, but you love to be a drag queen.
All right. Well, you know,
how tough is that?
I know this reminds me of a story that you told me one time.
What? I'm not sure what story I told you. The key word is story. Has it never been a lie?
I think it's true.
Lie, because if you lie, you have to remember all your lies. So I try not to lie.
John's in high school. He's a star football player. Yeah. And what does he see on the sidelines? And what would he rather be doing than tackling and passing the ball?
I'm telling you, you know, when I was a mean motherfucker on the field. I loved to hit, and I was good at it. But, you know, the band, and we had what's called the stars. They would just dance, you know, there's like 60 dance girls that would come out and dance during halftime. And I thought, man, I'd like to wear those boots and take off this uniform and put on their hat and that stuff and go out there and dance to the music. I totally wanted to do that. I totally, you know, I thought that would be fun. But I never shared that with anyone until so John has done stand-up comedy. I have done stand-up.
And you told a hilarious story about this in one of your stand-up comedy routines that I went to. Yeah, that was... Yeah.
That's right, because I wanted to go out, and I was Well, I won't do the bit because it's been so long since I've done it. I'll just screw it up, and people are like, "Oh God, you're a comedian? You do stand up? You better change to something else." But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'm not doing stand up as much, but I am writing my one man show.
Oh, there you go.
I am writing a one man show, and it's part of my whole life. My whole life, where I came from, what I've done, and it's right now the working title is called um, Redneck to Rainbows.
Oh, there you go. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Redneck to Rainbows, and it's the story of me, but there's a lot of characters, my family, a bunch of characters there, and then, my stepdad, his name was Huey Long. And Huey Long was the old governor of Louisiana, and his parents named him Huey Long. And Big Huey, we called him Big Huey. He was my stepdad, and he loved my mother. He loved my mother. Love is love. And this man really loved, and he was just so beautiful to her. And he would talk, John boy, you know what? Me and your mom still holds hands. We hold hands. And he makes her coffee. He made her coffee every morning, and he would sit there and wait till she got up to have his first cup of coffee. He's talking about just love. Yeah. He was such a good man. And I don't know where we got off.
I don't know, but did you come out to?
No, he died.
He died.
He
Okay.
died before I did. Wait. I came out to my mom. I didn't ever come out to Huey. Okay. I didn't come out to Big Huey. Oh, but anyway, Big Huey, he never wore shoes. He liked to be barefooted. He was
even at the grocery store.
No, well, if they'd let him. If they let him. But he didn't like wearing shoes. He didn't like wearing shoes. And he was the sweetest man, but he was big. He had all of his big brothers. They were Dutch. And and he just didn't like wearing shoes. But he'd wear shoes if he had to. But he was incredible. But yeah, so again, I forgot. But yeah, he's no longer with us. He was a good man. He was a good man, and that's what you want for your mom.
Absolutely. Well, yes, you want somebody who's going to accept you for who you are, love you for who you are. Yeah. That's what we're both striving for.
Yeah. Just we all want to be loved.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So you came out to your whole family. All your siblings and everybody knows.
Well, yeah. Well, all my siblings except my one sister, who we don't talk. And she didn't deserve for me to come out to her. And in fact, the perfect example of that was I told my brother, my sister, my mom, and my cousins and such, but I never told my sister. But yet she heard that I was, and then she started telling everybody that I'm gay. And it was like
trying to tell on you.
To tell on me, because she needs the attention.
Yes.
And she needs to bring you some gossip. And guys, that's going to happen. People are going to come into your lives if you come out. And you know what? And that was one thing that my counselor was telling me when I was coming out. She goes, you can't control what other people say or do. And just let them do it. And I was able to be at peace with that. And once you're able to be at peace with that, let them talk about you. My mom says, let them talk about you. They're leaving someone else alone.
Yeah. Well, and when they're focused on you, they're taking the attention away from themselves.
Right.
So there's obviously something missing that they have to put the attention on you.
Mm-hmm. So. And what about you?
Well, I came out in mass text messages, not to be, whatever.
But you're a millennial. Millennial.
I came out during COVID.
So you came out, well, yeah, like our last podcast you were talking about, that you went on the TikTok but that has to be free. I mean, because I would have, I'm doing it now, but I don't think I would ever do that.
I didn't want to make 20 phone calls. So I got I just looped all of my family into one giant text message. And I said, hey, it's, after my divorce, I've been in therapy, I've done some soul searching, and I'm just, I've made the decision that the next time I am dating, I'm going to date a man. This was something that, has been suppressed deep down inside of me for many years, and it's bittersweet that I'm divorced, but going forward, I'm going to live my truth and be with a man. So
I think that's refreshing too, because sometimes you forget. I forgot who I've told.
I sent this text message out, and then I just turned my phone off because I really didn't care if someone was going to have negative. I didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 2 text messages on one day, 2 text messages the next day, and I came out over a 3-day period.
Right.
So the very first group of people that I texted were people that I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent the message out. I turned off my phone, and because I didn't want if anybody was going to be negative, and turned my phone on, when I was ready to.
Right.
And it was just so much love. It was so much that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I was expecting something other than what I got, which was a pleasant surprise. So,
did you have anyone give you negative feedback?
I had somebody try to use me coming out against me. I had another real estate agent when I came out, because I came out to the people that I worked with.
Right.
And I had a client that was a retired cop.
Okay.
And this other agent reached out to my client and said, "Hey, listen, you don't want to work with Brian. I don't know if you know this or not, but he's gay."
Oh my God. See, and that was a fear for me too.
All right.
It was like, people are going to know they're not going to want to work with you.
It was just the opposite. This guy and his wife loved me more than any client I've ever had. Mm-hmm. The fact that this other guy tried to out me to my client and thinking that he was going to fire me and use them, it was, it was perfect.
Well, that's total insecurity on that other agent's part. And we get that. I mean, look, there's always there's this crazy thing about being a real estate agent. And this is one woman in the community who I was door knocking her when I first started. And I thought, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm door knocking. She goes, honey, don't worry about it. She goes, listen, we are competitors, but we need each other at the end of the day.
Yes.
Because it is such an incestuous business that you this guy, anybody that's going to try to sabotage you, he's going to need you to bring the buyer, another buyer. It's just, short thinking.
I know.
It's
well, it's somebody who
works
thought that he was going to.
But that was the thing. Ever since I came out, all of my clients are like, oh, now they want design tips. John, what do you think about this? Oh, honey, because the authority that I have now, like, that you're gay versus being straight from Texas. Well, shit, I'm not going to ask him about curtains. I'm so good at that. I'm good about, having this house staged, what they should get rid of, they should keep. So now they really listen to me.
So what has changed since you came out? Mm-hmm. What about you has changed? Anything?
Well, yeah. I mean, the burden of just being free at last. I mean, seriously, I'm not apologetic about it. I am who I am, and I feel so much better, and I feel relieved and I think over half of the people, they don't give a shit that you're gay or straight. But it's a part of us and a journey that we have to go on to understand who we are. And honestly, it has been so uplifting and so positive since I did come out. And the love that I've had from other people. And the people that, are the haters, they're going to hate regardless.
Are you still coming out?
Of course. You know what? Well, that's a great question. That is a great question. I think in some situations, we're always coming out, I think, until, I don't know. That's a very deep question, because what defines us as coming out? What is coming out, really? I mean, there's so many different levels of it, right?
Yeah. I shared with you that my older son at 16 came out to me.
Yeah.
I came out to him. He came out to me in the same conversation.
Right.
Because I had lived, in the closet for 50 years.
Yeah.
When I came out, I bought my just woke up gay again or woke up gay again shirt. I bought my rainbow shirts, my Nike with the rainbow on. I bought gay shit.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to let everybody know. I wanted to advertise the new Brian. My son, I bought him stuff also. He doesn't wear anything. He doesn't wear anything that
promotes it.
Interesting. Because he is who he is. Mm-hmm. He's known who he is for 10 years.
But he doesn't want to advertise it.
He's not that he doesn't want it. He is who he is. Right. He doesn't need to put a label on it. Whereas for a period of time,
I think that's good.
I put a label on it. Right. I have a little pride flag on my bag and just whatever.
It's interesting. No, I think it's for me, it's a spigot. Sometimes I'll open the spigot up a little, then I'll bring it back. And you know what? That's exhausting. It really is. Like there's a part of me that I want to put the gay pride flag in front of my business, but I have it.
Yeah.
And then I have these great, this is a shout out to Brooks shoes. Here's a little commercial. Brooks shoes. If you're getting big and you're heavy and you need some shoes that are going to support your big ass, Brooks running shoes. They are great and they'll support the big boy. I bought Brooks shoes, and Brooks has, you can go to their website and they have like for Pride Month, they have all these shoes that have the colors and everything. And honestly, I love Brooks shoes because I was shooting a commercial and I wore my Brooks shoes to the wardrobe, because you have to go, if you're doing a commercial, you go to wardrobe. Usually all the people working in wardrobe, they're fashion and they know stuff. And this one girl goes, "Ooh, you got Brooks shoes on." I said, "Yeah, I do." She goes, "That is coming back, and those are it's the quiet elegance, the quiet hip of Brooks, because they really have changed their stuff." And so I bought the Pride anniversary Pride shoe, and I wear it about 90% of the time.
Okay.
I do wear it, but there's times that I'm like, no, because I'm not looking at it as a pair of shoes. I'm looking at it as a statement.
Yes.
And, but that's, it's so refreshing when you're going down the street and you see a pride flag and you're like, oh, okay, there's some acceptance here. Or I'm showing a house, or I'm having an open house and I'm wearing my gay Brooks shoes.
Yeah.
My gay Brooks. And people come in and they kind of look you up and down. I'm like, oh, because the bottom is the colors of the flag.
Yes.
It's really a cool shoe. And so for me, it's a spigot. It's kind of, there's a regulator on it still.
Yeah, I agree. You assess the situation that you're going into every time, which is unfortunate, because when you're a heterosexual man, you're not assessing every situation you're going into as you go into it. As a gay man, you're kind of looking at, where am I going? Who's my audience?
Yeah, who's my protector and who's going to hurt me?
Yeah.
And that's what's so sad. I mean, look at all I feel bad. I don't know the young kid's name those dudes took him to the fence and beat him and killed him. And he was just being himself. And that's what's so scary too, because we live in LA. LA, it's pretty acceptable.
Yes.
But some of our listeners here are not in a place where they allow it, or not allow it, but at least where they can feel
it's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
There's
so many places. There's so many countries too, not just the United States. There's other countries that you will be killed.
Yeah.
So it's it's ongoing.
Well, yes. So just a shout out. Welcome to Pride Month.
Yes, welcome, guys.
And I think we're at about 30 minutes now. So I think
so, guys. If you have any questions for us, please email us at what's our
Coming Inside Out.
Coming Inside Out at gmail.com. And look, if you're any haters out there that want to send the email, if it makes you feel better, go ahead and send it. Go ahead and send it. But you're listening to us. We're two gay men talking about coming out. And if it's something that seriously that you want to put a front on in order to make you feel tough, or make you feel that you're not gay and you're being a hater and it helps you, go ahead and write that hate email.
Well, but at the same time that we're welcoming, I don't know that we want to welcome haters, but at the same time, if you have questions, if you want to be on the show, there's a topic you'd like
to tell a story.
Tell us. You want to tell us a story.
We totally want to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we can. Brian is running point on this podcast, and he's learning so much. He's been doing. I just want to thank you.
I'm trying.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. They're still rather raw, but we're getting there. Right.
All right, ladies, gentlemen.
Thank you.